Yo, what is the word?
Hi.
Happening?
That's
Good
good.
evening, everybody.
Good night.
Welcome to another episode of Talk the Ting. We have some exciting episodes coming up, but tonight we wanted to kind of take a little break from all the interviews and all that thing, and we wanted to introduce, our new guests.
Guess?
Oh, I said that especially to see Polly paying attention.
Introducing.
Yeah.
Guess?
Remember our guest host, our guest host or host?
No, she not no guess host.
Vanessa Bling.
Anyways, fix below her name. Put the title below her name.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let me organize that there right now.
The title say no.
Organize.
Oh, okay. No issues.
Organize the organization. Make sure the organization organized.
All right.
Period. I've got a title now.
All right. So Ellen, welcome to Talk the Ting. Welcome to Talk the Ting. Welcome to the team. What is the word? How are you feeling?
It's just amazing. I mean, Dwayne has been asking me forever. So I mean, YOLO, why not? I'm here. And of course you guys are welcome because it's all welcome. No need to thank me. You are welcome.
So the pleasure is always not yours.
Exactly. There we go. There we have it.
And she even have talked the thing already, we?
I doesn't stay down, Nadley.
That is it.
That's no. Period.
The
Well,
ring light blocking it, man. Too much ring light.
That period thing you convent you in high school?
Yes, I went to convent. What happened?
It's period. It's convent. Is that period thing?
No, it's just oh, guys.
But you know our partner.
Millennials are out.
Doing you know our partner we used to call that now.
Millennials are out of it.
So you see that's why you're bridging the gap.
Period. Full stop. That's what I said. It's just a slang.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
That's
yes.
what the young people are saying is this.
Welcome, Matteo. So feel free to ask me the in-house gens.
The lingo.
The millennials, or a little out of touch. That's okay. No judgment. Just ask me, I'll answer.
Wow, you sound like Gaston Brown, eh? No judgment, but you judging.
So, my people, before we go a little bit further into the show and discuss what we want to discuss and talk about what we want to talk about, we want to encourage you guys to, according to in the words of my partner, share the life. Share the life. All right, share it. Let's get people on watching, commenting. Let me check out the comments there. Let's see. We're going to tell you how they behave.
I don't know nothing there. Yeah, but
check us out, as you guys can see on the bottom right hand of the stream. We have our episodes on Spotify, Facebook Live, on YouTube. Check us out, subscribe. Everything that we do is to try to bring good content to you guys, positive content, proper content, good conversations, discuss things that people maybe really want to talk about, but with a little tact, as always. Okay. Yeah. So
why is it with the radio station?
Yeah, it's my radio station.
Have a ground god now.
Radio stations are part
of a police.
Yeah, man. So, Ellen, give us a little bit of background there. What tell us a little bit about yourself. Yes, you, man. The first part of the show is about you.
Okay, no issues. Okay, so my name is Eileen, Elleen. People like to make jokes about like my name being Ellen, like Ellen DeGeneres, but no, it's 2 L's and 2 E's. I'm from Dominica, obviously. Fun fact, Dwayne is my cousin. I post online on social media, mostly makeup looks. I'm very into makeup. So I post on TikTok and Instagram, but more so TikTok. I'm actually live on TikTok right now. And I'm a very opinionated girly, very interesting girly. I have a lot to
That's why
say,
we
but I
want.
don't.
That's why we want you there. That's why we want to hear. We want
Yeah, I don't
opinions.
believe in talking for talking sake. You know, some people have a mouth, so they're just talking. So sometimes if you find I a little bit quiet or I just listen, it's because I have to listen for me to formulate an opinion. You know what I mean? And I have dogs. So if I randomly mute, it's because the dog's barking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, where in Dominica you from?
Well,
Where Monty?
Don't say everywhere.
I
People
hail,
go answer to say.
I hail from the Roseau Valley, in
Okay.
the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Queen
Yes.
Good stuff.
Trinidad,
But miss, I waiting for to say
From
her
the
favorite dish is the
from the
Pyrex.
cynic from the cynic community.
Boy. I was raised in
You
one.
have to put your
That's
hand. You
about
have to
the
put
days.
your hand. You have to put your
Yeah.
hand.
I thank you. Great question, Raymond. Wonderful question. Thank you.
Raymond.
Raymond.
But Raymond
Once
always
is
ask
Raymond.
questions.
Raymond does ask the
Is Raymond
questions
always ask
doing.
questions? I'm doing fine this evening, Raymond.
Like
But
as
yeah,
if they
I'm
don't
from
know the
Mount
questions.
Prospect. That's where my mother is from. That's where I was raised, Mount Prospect.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
And then
That's where
you
Mount
say you went
Prospect.
to you say you went
I
to
was a
school
little
in
afraid you was
Congo.
going to say grandbaby.
I bet
My
that
father
she
from Granby.
whether she want to be from Gambia or not, she have Gambia in her blood.
My father from
More
Granby. But I don't like
specifically,
from Granby.
more
Who's the shape?
specifically, Montin.
She from
Montin.
Granby or Mountain, Granby.
Right. That's where my dad is from. But I wasn't raised there, so I don't say I'm from Granby. So most of them say you're not from Granby.
Before they come for you.
Right. And I sensitive bad.
Oh yeah, you're from Granby. Yeah. You are
Don't worry, you let's go
sensitive
from
bad.
Gambia people. So
Then.
okay, so we had a little bit of a thing last night there. They had a little no, it was last night? No, Monday
So
night.
Monday night. What?
Monday night, right? They had an
I would
event.
hardly call it a little bit of a thing, my brother. Have some respect.
Okay, Rajiv. Okay. So
That's the only
since
thing.
it's not a little bit
Oh,
of a
God.
thing, Rajiv, you can explain what they're talking about.
So
What
we were
event did
having
they have?
a like staff meeting and whatnot, and it just come across the docket. It just come across the desk. The Met Gala was on. Now I know maybe half the people listening know what is the Met Gala. The other half people don't know what is the Met Gala. But me and Ellen will bring in the staff up to speed on what it was.
Right.
So if you're in the comments and you know what the Met Gala is, or if you're intrigued by it, or if you just watch it, But we were checking it out, and we were just having like discussions on what it was, why people are there, and for those of you who don't know, the Met Gala it's held every year at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It is I guess a celebrity fundraiser
Yeah.
from the Costume Institute. I think that's the main way the museum really raise money.
Mm-hmm.
So how they do it is all the celebrities that we see on there, the different fashion houses, they pay for tables. I think this is like $350K a table.
$350,000 for a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a table seat like I think 8 people. Is it 8? It's 75 per person, so however that math work out.
Yeah.
And they come and they dress nice. But on Monday was somewhat interesting because the theme was Black Dandyism. So there was a lot of still not sure what Black Dandyism is, but
Tailored in
it kind
style.
of
Talking about being tailored,
Yeah.
being tailored.
For a whole piano on your back.
It's fashion, Hadley. It's fashion. You need to wear a jeans, a Lacoste shirt then and a Nike. It's
What's wrong with
fashion.
that?
something wrong with Lacoste shirt and Nike? You see that like it
I don't think the Met Gala ready for that kind of fashion. I don't think the Met Gala can handle that level of eloquence yet.
Anyways,
So who was some
Yeah.
of them? Who was some of them big celebrities that was at that Met Gala there?
Well, as a Formula One fan, the first celebrity that you have to shout out is Lewis Hamilton. He was co-chair actually. The big boss of the Met Gala is actually Anna Winter. She's the what they call the creative designer. People that into magazines will know her from Vogue. And so this year it was co-chair. ASAP Rocky was one of the co-chairs. Pharrell. So I guess everybody that knew somebody was there.
Mm.
Yeah,
So Ellen,
my
so we
name.
said I didn't fall in love PSG, we Bonji. Look,
Uh-huh.
Brad just back to segment
Oh,
of
but
Arsenal fans.
that is where we should have started. You know that
My
Brad, thanks
brother,
for reminding us.
my brother.
But
Yeah.
an
Before
Arsenal fan
before
that's saying
Brad,
that David.
yeah, but
Jesus.
before Brad have to say we have been talking sports. So when United was doing good, we was on and we stopped when United started doing. But leave me
So
alone,
that
my brother.
we have to go back. Anyways, I have something to say. We have a little rant there.
You have something to say? What? No.
Yeah, at the Met Gala, I found out something, and I going to publicly.
Hold on. At the Met Gala, you found out something. You was
Right,
at the
I
Met
know.
Gala?
I saw when I was looking at it, I saw something, and I was deeply hurt. I was deeply hurt. I
Hello.
found out. I found out that.
Be careful.
Hold on, my brother. I find out that Rihanna is pregnant again.
I just
And
finished
you were
telling you.
hurt?
My
Be
brother, I
careful.
can't take that now. Fourth time, I can't take it.
You cannot
What
take
I hear
it,
him
my
say,
brother.
Right. so
Shall
I
we
am
answer him on air?
As a fact, let me mute Mr. Mike before he says something.
No
Guys,
boy, I don't gonna say enough.
No, I'm
before you
muting your
put
mic
his own self
already.
in,
When you
Relax.
went down
I am I am
road there.
I am officially
to say is congratulations.
no congratulations, yes, but I am officially breaking up with Rihanna.
Oh.
My imagination relationship with Rihanna is officially over. I can't take it again. 1, 2,
You
3.
think I'm mad easy?
So you tell me
1,
the
2,
whole time
3.
that me and you is partners, you never tell me you had a relationship with Rihanna.
I can't take it again. I stay 1, I stay
Adley.
2, and the thing is,
Adley,
I
all I'll say is children is not for Rihanna alone.
that's true. That's true. I hope that word pointing right back at you.
I see somebody.
I'm not the
I
one
see
that
somebody.
had broken.
I see my mother there say. Apparently, Hadley was there. The views expressed by Hadley. I want to reiterate that the views expressed by Hadley are his views and only his views, and not those of Talk the Thing or any of his affiliates. All right. All
And
right.
that is always the case.
But anyways,
Always.
all you
Right.
let me talk, or you let me talk and express myself. Because
Right.
yes, the first one I take it. The first one I say is mine.
You eat that. You will like
Yes.
that.
The
Yeah.
second one it hurt, but I say, you know what, is Rihanna. I can take the one. The third one, and the thing is, that one was like boom. Like you don't hear nobody talking about that.
You should have expected that. The man
So
just got off a big kiss. What do you think?
so yeah. Officially I'm out of this relationship. I can't take it no more.
I need a babes like Hadley. We have to take 2 jackets and you don't say nothing now.
Nothing.
So
And
like,
she checking, you know what? Let me just give him another one. Just fuck
I need
it.
one too. One like that.
Look, should I tell you if you stay first and second time, you can stay for the food. We can do it.
I don't want the foot strike. I out.
Don't play for Harry on number 3.
You hold 2 jackets already and now you like your jacket. No ball. You say it's Rihanna already.
So
But hold
okay,
on,
so
we can't just brush over what Brad said there. Today was a momentous occasion for everybody who wasn't an Arsenal fan. The season is over. It is back to the beginning. Everybody at 0 again, and we go again.
Bro, if Arsenal fans that win that trophy, they would be unbearable. Oh my god.
Unbearable.
Oh my
It
god.
wouldn't have all
So-
group chat fellas would have to leave that.
But I see a partner of mine posting on his status. They have to check up on him to see if he's okay.
Ellen, I have a question for you. We jumped to Monday, but we had some events on Sunday. You did not how was Jazz and Creole?
Oh, I didn't go to Jazz and Creole. No, I wanted to, but I didn't
That's
go.
disappointing.
What
That's
you mean you didn't know?
disappointing.
You're supposed to be our representative
You are
over there,
roots on the
man.
ground. A fashionista like you was supposed to.
Can
That
you
was
imagine? I
our
ordered the
Met
clothes and
Gala.
everything, I ordered the outfit and all, and I just didn't
So
go.
you pay tariff for kicks then?
Hadley, I'll answer
Risky
you.
boy. Risky boy.
I didn't go, but it looked interesting. It looked fun. I don't know. I feel like I have never been, but a lot of people, mixed reviews. Like some people saying it overhyped, some people say they had a ball, but most people saying like they're expecting it to be a flop. so I wasn't really too eager to go. So
But I
I
see
mean,
I
it's
see
an
there was
event that
some.
I always been interested in.
yeah, I never been.
It looked like a
Well,
nice event, man. It looked like a nice event. I mean, for the people who watching who were there, what are some of your
Yeah, what
opinions
was it like? From what I get from
on
Jazz
the
and
Jazz and
Creole,
Creole?
most people say it's more like for the fashion, more like for the outfits people go that the
So
entertainment.
basically, it's all version of the Met Gala.
Well, I feel like Creole Fest is our Met Gala though, to be
Creole
honest.
Fest
I see people going Creole Fest with heels, so that giving Met Gala energy to me.
all night.
Well,
I record, man.
all night. So I
I
don't
can
know.
barely survive in sneakers all night. But you know, that is
I
the
got
biggest event of the year.
What
Dress
do you
nice
mean?
and do
So
your
so what
thing.
do what you
according,
want to wear Curl slippers then?
according to my
And even you
partner.
wear the heels and you will tell me how it go. Okay, you'll wear the
ac-
heels and you'll give a review, okay?
Wrong
According to
number.
my partner, when I go Creole Fest, I just want to go and take my little rest, and it's subject. Shout out to my partner in Georgia, just going to take a little rest and,
Astu.
them fellas from Asto. But what's that? So I really want to see what anybody have to say about that Jazz and Creole. Look, somebody say no comment there. If you want to know what I talking about,
Mm.
go in the chat and watch.
Them
I say
manners
no
are sell
comment.
out there.
I
Them
go ahead,
manners
I
are
go ahead,
out
go
there.
ahead.
That's out their own self way.
So that Jazz and Creole. So they had a few people performing. They had Colton T, they had Itana, they had who else they had performing?
Signal ban. I see you rocking
Signal
your
Band.
fantasy tribe. Signal was there.
I mean after all. By the way, we are something, I will keep that for the end. So so they had Signal. I saw some clips of Colton performance. I saw a little video of Eternal's performance.
Right. Signal was good
Um,
from what I saw
I
the
didn't really
videos.
see anything of Signal though. I didn't see any videos.
I saw videos of them performing. It was really good. I mean, for Jazz and Creole, you find a lot of the times the Booyah artists will like try to slow it down, and I feel like
Mhm.
Signal did that really well from what I saw.
And
The
Signal have the
one
Which is
catalog,
good
I think,
for
man. They
these
have, they
type
have the
of events.
catalog to kind of, them to sing some slow songs and stuff,
Exactly.
so
the
Exactly.
wonderful 14 karat gold swinging stars.
So Insta's
But
perform as well.
yeah,
Okay.
and
Shout
then
out to
there
Swing
I
Stars.
think there was a few solo acts. I think Charlina performed Carlin XP, and there might have been
I think there was a group
some
from
more.
St. Lucia, I believe, which from reports they were very good.
Somebody said Marie Claire was there.
Marie Claire, yeah, Marie Claire was there. Marie Claire is real classical opera type
Mm-hmm.
vibe. So she really have that jazz vibe about her, man.
Right.
I think
But nice
most of
vibes,
the
man.
complaints I heard was from stuff from the grounds per se. So one person said that they find on the grounds kind of can be a little boring in between
Mm.
performances. So
Mm.
if they could kind of spice it up, even where they have like the exhibits, the art exhibits, it was all indoors and it was like in a small location. So maybe it would be better for the show if there was more activities, I guess, on the grounds
But it's
in
like Jazz and
between when things
Creole.
happening.
That's true, but Jazz and Creole is supposed to be a kind of classy event, though, and I think that's why it's kind of difficult to make it entertaining, for lack of a better word, because you don't want it to be too jam or like you know what I mean. It's Jazz and Creole. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be cool and flowy dresses. Then
Right.
there was sunset chic. It's always something chic. Chic is not. So go and watch a little exhibit, drink a little wine. Relax yourself. It's not a ruru haha event. So I think that's why it would probably be difficult to make it more entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right, because I was having a conversation with somebody. I was telling them that a lot of people go to jazz and Creole. Not really for what's on stage. I think people go to jazz and Creole. You
Exactly.
know, people go to the event, to dress, to hang with friends and whatnot. It's not really about the entertainment
Right.
and whatnot. But maybe they can have maybe a little side stage with some little cultural performances or maybe some little acts or something like that. Because there are some people who will still have the mindset that we come in to see who on stage and why it taking so long for the next band to come on,
Well,
which is
speaking of taking long, I mean, the show was supposed to start at 2 and from accounts, it still end kind of late. So I don't know. I think that's a problem we have in Dominica with the run time of shows. Like I think it's the same thing for Curl Festival. Why we
Same
starting
thing for
at
Sunrise.
I think we need to control show times. Start to control show times in Dominica. We're running, at some point it's like 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
I think it's a combination of people coming late and promoters scared of just starting the show.
But look, somebody say it didn't really have lags in between. They had DJs in between the acts.
Okay.
well, that's good.
That's
That's
a
good.
filler, I guess.
So then the people are complaining are the people that really just want to see a live band on
I
stage.
just want to say that. Not only that, but in everything, you will always have these select complainers. I feel like in everything, you have the designated complainers. Even people were complaining about Jesus Christ himself, and he was a perfect man. So in everything, you're just going to have those complainers. So
Another complaint I
Right.
saw Michael Anderson had a rant on Facebook about, I guess, people complaining about watching the show online and all that kind of thing.
yeah, that was
So-
a valid right.
Like you say, I mean, I think a lot of people are always going to have something to say, So at the end of the day, the show is for you. It's for you. If it's not for you, then keep it pushing.
What Michael was saying was
Another
very
one.
valid. You cannot be upset to have an event going on and there's no live coverage. If you wanted to see the event live, go to the event.
Well,
You know what I mean? That was a
Especially
valid
if you're in
right.
the
Exactly.
especially if you're in the yeah.
Make it make sense.
people don't understand the whole music thing is if you have to stream an artist live performance, you're looking at an extra check that you might have to pay to an artist.
Right.
If you have to record an audio performance and distribute it from an artist, you're looking as a promoter as extra check that you have to cut to that artist. And not
I
everything
guess
that
some people would like to pay if they had the option. So I guess the issue too is having the option. Maybe
Yeah, but
sometimes, especially diaspora, you check in. Well, I want to participate too. I want to.
I understand what
But
you're
you
saying,
should.
Rajiv, but you have to wait. Are we going to make enough money to offset the expense of having to compensate the artist for streaming their live performance? Most time, and then for it to work, you have to get every single act to subscribe to the streaming the live performance thing. Or else because I remember a couple years ago they used to do that. There was some artists for Curl Fest that would be okay with their stuff being streamed. So you would see that artist and then next artist say no. So you back on Q95 or DBS, and at the end of the day, does it even make sense?
Mm.
So I
I
think
remember
that's the
a few
route
years
GFC I've gone, man. Just say no, we're not streaming it.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago when I was back home, I remember Sizzler came down and that was a big topic because Sizzler didn't want to be recorded.
Right.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
big topic back in the day.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I want to know, you guys saw opening opening of what do you think about all the opening, our jingle from our last episode, shout out Mass Man. We put together a little opening intro there. So we're gonna run it again, sometime for the show just to let all you see it. But then we also want you to go back and watch it again. All right.
I don't know. I didn't.
Good.
The audio was playing there.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me not say yes. Let me ask the people in the comments. Was the audio playing there? Because I was hearing it. So, yeah, man. So, anyway, before we segue into another part of the show, we're going to talk about something else. I'm going to run the little jingle again for you to see. All right. In 5, 4, 3, play. let us know what you guys think. Why is the word? Why is the word? We put a little work into that. Hopefully, you guys like it. You know, as you try to make little improvements. You know, but no graphics. If it's a music video or intro, Papa Bodje.
Can't please everybody. And Rafik, you know.
We appreciate your feedback. Yes,
maybe
yes,
that was a compliment.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
man,
mean.
That's good too.
Anyways, I have to say I'm kind of proud looking at the guests, the caliber of guests that we've had. I think we've had a significant, very good catalog of guests. You know, I just saw Fodina's interview. Rest in peace, Fodines. Yeah.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
yeah, man.
Only people to interview her ever.
Can you imagine that she was interviewing everybody?
And she spoke very, very candidly, to our surprise, to be honest.
Yep.
Yes.
So, you know, you guys can always check out that video. You know, if you want to go on to the YouTube video and check out that video, all right? That interview. So we want to go and talk into a little thing there, a little discussion on something that's coming up in August 28th to 2025. And that is the Caribbean Music Awards.
Right.
Yes. I forgot that was
yes.
on the docket.
Yes.
Right.
The
So-
CMA.
So the Caribbean Music Awards is being held in Brooklyn on August 28th, 2025. And it looks to be that we have a lot of Booyah artists or local artists up for awards. I think last year Asa won, if you want to call it
People's
the
Choice
biggest award, because it's a People's Choice Award. Asa won that award. Shout out to Asa.
Yeah.
And I think Ridge also won an award last year as well.
Was it Booyah Artist of the Year?
I think it was
I
Booyah
think
Artist
so.
of the Year.
Pata!
Were there any other winners last year from Dominica?
No, I think it was just two, but we had people like
Rice was
like
nominated for one. Kenny G was nominated.
yeah, Triple K.
Triple K was nominated.
Triple K was in attendance. Carlin XP was in attendance. So we had a good representation of Booyah acts receiving awards and also attending. So I think we had a good show in there.
Yes. So it looks like in quite a few categories we have Dominica. So one of the categories I guess we could start off with is the music event of the year. They have a few events. I know definitely Creole Festival is one of the events that's up for an award. So my people, please go on and vote. You know, let's show the power of what we can do together. You know, I think Booyah has over the last 6 months to a year, Booyah has been, I would say, the most popular
Trendy.
music, trendy,
Dominant.
genre of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So we need to show these people that we're serious and we're here to stay, right? So let's vote for our people. So I think Creole Fest is up for music event of the year. What else we have? Let me just go through it. There's a bunch of different. Go ahead.
St. Kitts Music Festival, I think, too, is there for music event of the year. St. Lucia Jazz, the festival they have going on right now.
Let's just pull it up, guys.
Yeah, just pull it up now.
I pull it up, but the problem is I vote already. I should not show it.
Oh,
me from once I go because I pre-address. You don't need to vote 2 times.
So it's not even allowing you to browse?
No.
But
anyway,
voting, hold on. Voting, I'm looking at it there. Voting ends May 31st. So we still have
time.
And
So
while you cannot vote on the same device twice, but you can vote on multiple devices. Let me just put that out there.
So somebody, so before we go into that now, let's bring it back a little bit. What is, I guess I'll start with Hadley. You know, since he think he's a music connoisseur, you have to comment on everything music.
I mean, I think in the group I am.
In the group, yeah.
Keep talking. I don't think
because you play a good job, you're a music connoisseur.
I wouldn't let that slide.
2 little drum, But you mad now, boy. I've been there with the greatest from the country, you know.
It's the same thing, you know. You
Just start,
can't
let me
something
start there,
slide.
you
Let
know.
it slide, my
From the
brother.
Gordon
Let's go.
Henderson,
No, you
the
saying your
Fitzroy
thing, and then I have to let it
Williams.
slide when you gonna in me then. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
So, so Andy, what do you think about the event?
About what? The
The
music
Caribbean Music
Yeah,
Awards. What's your opinion
Caribbean.
on the
I
event?
think I think it's a good event, and I think I appreciate it more because we're getting more of our bouillon acts to get at least some recognition, at least some nominations. I remember before we had little things, it wasn't as great as that, but we never used to get bouillon artists. And I think part of it is on us that we will maybe not doing the work, but the work is being put in right now, and we can see the fruits of the labor of the guys putting in the work. So I think it's a good award show because Caribbean music isn't really recognized worldwide. You will only hear reggae and dancehall at the Grammys and whatnot. And for us to be able to do something for ourselves in the Caribbean and appreciate each other, I think it's a good initiative. And maybe that award show can open the door for the other Caribbean artists to get more recognition in the other awards, the bigger awards out there.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Right.
So, Ellen, what do you think?
I think that, like Hadley said, it's a great start, and on their website as well, it says that the purpose is for awareness and all these other things for Caribbean musicians. And I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me last year when I watched it live last year, is Spice. The fact that Spice was being awarded and recognized and everything. And I use Spice as the example because Spice is one of the biggest West Indian artists of our time, not even in Jamaica, of our time. And she was on Love and Hip Hop, that American show, Love and Hip Hop, whichever one of those.
Atlanta, I think.
Right. And I think from watching it, there were a lot of nuances that we as West Indians would understand and we would get. But the other arts, the other characters, actors, the cast of the show, they didn't get it. And it made us seem very problematic. And they used to paint her like she's so cantankerous and stuff. And I say all that to say that I think the Caribbean Music Awards is what we need. Our own space where we understand each other. Where Dwayne can make an old joke and Hadley doesn't take it personal because he understands. Where, yes, she's on Love and Hip Hop, but no offense, but the Americans cannot really appreciate certain things about us and our culture. So I agree with them in a sense. They said that in their about on the website, where we're making our own thing for ourselves. You know what I mean? And last year when Booyah was hot, because 2025 awards would be for recognizing things that happened in 2024. So 2023 Booyah wasn't really as hot yet, but they still made a place for us, a space for
Right.
us. And that went well. And this year you have so many more Booyah artists and bands and stuff in the different categories. Somebody was even saying on my TikTok live that they need to have a whole Booyah category, which I think in time will come.
Yeah.
But I have to say that it's about time that we start doing our things for ourselves. And I think the Caribbean Music Awards is a very, very, very great place to start. And I really love the fact that you have bigger artists like Spice. I keep using Spice and Cartel and all of those. That really show that even if they have the worldwide fame, they remember their roots, they remember where they come from, and they're going to be there. That is all. I thank you.
Raymond.
Raymond.
Raji, what are you thinking?
I think it's a very good initiative, man. And I know maybe this is what the second year of having it, or it's been around.
I think is it the second or the third year?
It's been around, but I think that's the
No, man, I think it's the second or the third year, man.
second or third. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume that
I'll
the
check.
reason my only I guess criticism would be that I assume it's in Brooklyn for the exposure or whatnot, but I think for after the first couple of years, once we get out of that, I think the Caribbean Music Award should be in the Caribbean. I think that should be part of the exposure, perhaps like different venues for like the Caribbean, like all of these. I think all of that is what we need to also start to kind of push to.
I think one year, the first year it was in Barbados. The first year it was in Barbados. But what they've done is they've placed this show at a strategic time when a lot of Caribbean artists are actually in New York for the Labor Day celebrations.
Yeah, because
Okay.
You understand? So it kind of falls right around that Labor Day time when you would have more of the artists actually attending the event.
Yeah, because they're ready.
And you could say that Brooklyn is where, when it comes to Labor Day, it's really most of the activities are gonna be
Right. That's
in
where it
Brooklyn
is.
or the
Caribbean
area.
capital of the
Caribbean.
US.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I think it was well thought through. But I think the first year they had a show in Barbados, and
Well,
then
when
they
it gets
moved
to
it.
the point where it is an event where it's a cannot miss, then I guess we could make the argument for it to return back to the shores. Because once it become that kind of event where, listen, no matter what time of year it is, any who's who need to be there. Once you
Right.
get to that point where it's Caribbean Music Awards, I have to be present. That's like the Grammys. I have to
It's
be there. When
exactly.
you
It should be
get
our
there,
own Grammys. Yeah, I
yeah, man.
agree.
And I like, to be honest, I mean, I think I want to agree with Ellen's point there, where, the first couple years they had the show, it wasn't just up and coming artists, it was established names in music, in Caribbean music, and people were pretty much there. Everybody that was nominated, for the most part, I saw they were there. You had performances, so it was good when you see people like Asa and Rage and them guys accepting an award in front of some of these big artists that we all know and we love and we grew up listening to over the years. That kind of gives these guys some validation that what they are doing,
It's good.
is good, right? So I really am glad that we develop something that we can call our own. And I think we should not discount the level of influence we have as Caribbean people on American culture. Because if you think about it, if you look back to the history of hip hop and all these things came from Caribbean culture,
Right.
right? So so I think before too long, especially Black American culture, they're gonna gravitate towards that award. You're gonna start getting big artists that are not necessarily Caribbean artists coming to that award, to that event.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
think
get
it.
bigger sponsors. You're gonna get all those things. I think Rajiv, though, to the point you were making, I think one of the positives of having it in the mainland US is that, right, you might get better, advertising and more money, and stuff towards the festival if it's in New York and you can get big American companies to, give sponsorship and stuff like that. I'm saying that cannot happen if it's in the Caribbean, but to the US market, if you can get it on, let's say on a CBS or on a Fox or on an NBC or whatever those type of, things are, you'll get more money, coming into the event. So so yeah, that's pretty much our thoughts. I think Abdi wants to have on
Yeah, and I think two more things. I think what it also does, it opens up when you were talking about like the big non-Caribbean artists getting involved. It does open the door for collaborations with these artists. For example, this girl that has that very popular song, Molly, has her name. Yeah.
To the max.
Yeah, shake it to the max. I mean, right now she has two features of that song, two remixes of that song. One with Shensia, one with Skiddy Bang. So this. Oh God,
yes, oh god.
I'm frozen.
At least you're not
we
frozen in
can
a
hear you.
compromising
Go
position.
ahead, caller.
Go ahead,
Go
caller.
ahead.
So what
So
you
Caller
saying?
alive.
y'all could hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Caller,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, and
Caller,
and
go ahead. You're live.
I hope you wasn't playing music on your camera and your mic was that problem, but yeah.
When your grandmother call you on video call and say, "No, I'm making the thing show me now." No, I'm turning that. That's what I
on
do.
the phone right in their forehead. And the more you tell them to put it down, the more
I hear you, but I don't see you. Where you now? I just think It's not the movie right now.
which is that's I honestly have no idea what's going on.
Caller,
well,
go ahead. We
I'm
can
gonna
hear
see what
you.
you're saying, and then you're going to organize yourself.
We can hear you, caller. Go ahead.
Finish your point. So we want to go for
Turn
the
down the
categories
volume on your radio.
Yeah, and so it opens up that whole idea of collaborations with the artists, and also for our local acts. These types of events help artists in a very interesting way that a lot of us don't know is when you want artists who are nominated at events and also winning awards. Dominican artist has always, it hasn't been a struggle, but it's not the best situation obtaining
Okay.
visas to access countries like the US to perform and whatnot. And then you find some of the artists taking a chance with a visitor's visa that they have and then whatnot. So this also gives credibility to our local artists to now go to the embassy and apply for the correct visa, and and say, hey, this is me, I'm recognized, I'm an award-winning artist and whatnot. So I think it's something that is going to very, very much help our Dominican artists as long as they keep pushing.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, thanks Hadley for that point. I think that's a very good point, and I guess to segue, let us go into maybe the biggest category for us as Dominicans, right? So the Boyo Artist of the Year, in terms of the nominations, what nominations?
Nominees, yeah, you got
Nominees. Okay, so you have Kwan, you have Pudas, Shelly and the Signal Band, Little Boy, Asa, Kenny G, Trilogy, Ridge, Mr. Ridge, and Triple K. So
Boyo
it looks like
Artist
you
of
have,
the Year, Shelly and Signal listed as one.
that's what he had as one, Shelly and the Signal Band and Signal Band. So in that list there now, I don't know if I have to put it on the spot, because they say vote supposed to be
Signal.
Signal.
Next
Boyo Artist of the
question.
Year for 2024.
Next. Signal. Next.
For 2024, Boyo Artist of the Year.
So Ellen, obviously you don't agree. Who you vote for?
I mean, no,
You
no,
don't
You
like
mean
me?
what?
You don't like
I
me?
vote for, but I'm just
So what do you
saying,
think?
If
for
I win,
2024, I think people like Kwan and Trilogy would
Artist of the year. We
for
don't say song of
2020
the year, no?
for
We didn't say song
2024.
of the year.
Okay,
Artist of the year.
so what is, forgive my ignorance, what's the difference between song and artist?
nah,
The
man.
song,
If it's
the song not
one
performed
song,
by the artist not
All
yeah,
producing the
right.
song.
Okay, but okay, remove. We're in trouble there. If you take out someone else, talk to me about artist of the year now. If we remove someone else, talk to me
Someone
about
else not the
artist of the
only.
year for the rest of the.
Well, what about Kwan? Someone else not the only song Kwan and Little Boy put out for 2024 that was making waves in the region.
Give me a next one.
Kaika fell for you.
Okay.
Why is that other one?
So hear that.
It have
So
a
hear that. If you tell me Kwan, Little Boy together, then we might have some competition. But once you start dividing them, then you divide and you
I see
conquer.
the argument. I see the argument.
Once
Okay.
they start putting them separate, that is like you splitting the vote.
Well,
Well, you see, like how you have Shelly and Signal Band, now you have a coalition. So all the votes in that pot.
but to be
Not
honest,
really,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
I would like to ask the Signal Band, that question, one day, hopefully,
Right.
what is the difference between Shelly and the
How do
Signal Band?
we make the
Me
distinction?
too, yeah, what to do.
I would want to ask that question,
Anyway, moving on.
I think it's between Shelly and the Signal Band and Trilogy. And Trilogy. I think Trilogy has had very significant headway in pushing the music. I mean, to take a chance and decide, I going down Trinidad and I'm gonna make these people like what I doing. And that has always been a little inside talk that we know in music, that in Trinidad they can like you. If you see you don't go down there, they don't want to check you. And I think what he did was brave. And it's not like he was, I mean, even when the controversy of someone else came in, and a lot of us had more mixed feelings, and some of us were disappointed and whatnot. He decided, you know what? Let me try something else, and he did something, and they put out rags, and it was a hit. So at least we can see that this man is actually working. He has collaboration with Nyla, with Nyla, music video and all of that.
It
So
sounds to me like in that case, I still want people to vote for
I
the man.
think-
I
I
ask
think-
you, who you vote for?
No.
And stating facts.
No, I cannot just say Trilogy and not explain why. I cannot just say Trilogy.
I see.
Adley,
I check.
Adley, I
check
think
in.
I think you make a very good point, and I think the whole Trinidad thing kind of really improved his
Yeah, it
increased his
did.
popularity, And if it's going to be down to the amount of people who actually vote basically in the
Exactly.
north of Dominica versus the people that vote in the south of Dominica, and that will really be the decider. Because I would say, when we talk about Antigua, Anguilla, Statia, SM, Signal probably have that. They have that in the bag.
Yeah,
But the journey down south that Trilogy
but
made there, I mean,
but
I think
no,
that's
no, where I think trilogy can influence people to vote for Signal is that Trilogy also works with Signal and Shelley.
yeah.
I agree with
So
them points. I think the other thing is Trilogy, we were talking about, I guess, artists of the year, but Trilogy had some big collaborations too, right? He
yeah,
had
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
that were, just himself, right? So
Exactly.
Nyla, couple of artists in Trinidad, he and Shelly had the big collab. Well, this is, I guess, is that 2024, 2025? Rags is 2025.
Rags
Yeah,
was,
Rouse is this year, yeah. With Skinny Fabulous.
It was like late last year. But
No, Rouse was for Carnival.
okay. But yeah, shout out to Trilogy, but my vote for that was for Shelly and the Signal. But I think last year Shelly and them wasn't on the docket, which I was very surprised about. And I think this year I think they deserve to get the flowers this year.
I think the nominations have improved from last year to this year. Honestly, looking at it last year, I felt like they nominated, for lack of a better word, the obvious ones are the ones that everybody, the obvious booyah artists, the obvious booyah bands and stuff. But this year, you can tell that a little bit more research was done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
But
was
I think last year it was kind of obvious that these were the
Yeah.
ones that they would. These were the
last
ones
year
that
they
were
just
more
put,
popular.
like
and
obvious
whatever.
ones, like the ones you couldn't ignore. But this year, you could tell like it was thought through and there was a lot more insight given. I noticed that, so big up to them for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the Booyah Artist of the Year category. What other category did we have with Dominicans in
Song of the year, Bouillon Song of the year.
Was there a Booyah
Song
song
of the year? I'm seeing reggae, dancehall,
There
soca.
was something with someone else.
There's song of the year.
Yes, soca
Why
song
don't
of the
you do
year.
your song of the year?
Yeah, so someone else was put under the soca song of the year category, and it goes with a few other songs in the center with GBM Neutron, Famine Happy, DNA by Michael Tager, Carnival Contract, Bungie Garlin, Patrice Roberts, Anxiety, Best Self, Nyla Blackman and Lyrical, and Problem Child with Carnival Jumbie. I don't think any of them songs should be someone
Any of
else.
them songs can be
But
done.
one,
I don't
But
think so either. I don't even know any of the
I don't
other
care.
songs
I don't care
besides
if you call it.
Anxiety.
I don't care if you call someone else Booyah. I don't care if you call it soca.
that's what I'm about to say.
I don't care if you call it R&B. I don't care if you call it rap. I don't care.
Technically,
Yeah,
it don't belong in that category. That's why we need a booyah category of our own.
now
Because
I think we have some work to do. They will press us before we get that category. But honestly, for real, you're right. I looking at it right now. I think the only song that comes close enough to someone else in that category is Carnival Contract by Bungie.
So I don't know.
I don't even know that song.
Same.
Right.
I know that song.
and it was a huge song. It was a huge song, but that's the only one. Anxiety by Patrice Roberts, not bad.
That's
But
the only one I know.
everybody else,
But DNA was
nah.
a big song. DNA was trending for how long?
DNA has a little
is
bit more
different.
views on YouTube than someone else. DNA had 10
I don't
million.
think I know
Someone else
DNA
had
either.
9 million.
Yeah, but I feel like DNA been out for a while now.
No, but think about that. Someone else does have a video. Someone else doesn't have a video. It have 9 million views.
Right, it doesn't even have a music video.
DNA have a video. It have 10 million.
And DNA is much older than someone else, by the way.
Yeah, so I think someone else should take that category. I believe. What are the categories we have?
So who will collect the trophy?
Yeah, I say someone else should win that.
That's a great
Yeah,
question.
I really will collect the trophy.
Who's gonna get the trophy? Who's gonna get the trophy?
I really hope.
Oh,
Who's gonna-
I get.
Who gonna hold the trophy? Trina will bring it back. Trina will bring it down for them, man.
Everybody take a piece.
let me ask them fellas the question directly. Trilla, you between you, Kwan, and little boy, let us know now. Or they can come on the show and tell us which one of all they go in and pick up the trophy.
Who going up?
If we're probably going to go, or they can let us know.
Make sure all you discuss that before.
Yeah,
Without no problem.
Yeah, you know. And fellas, again, right now is at what time? We're nothing bad idea, but we nothing mad.
Also, if anything, I'm a neutral third party. I can take it for them.
Of course you can. Of course you
I'm
can.
happy to do it. Eloquent, beautiful. I'm happy to do it, guys. Just link me, send me an email, and we can talk about. I'm happy to collect it on just let me know.
So what else we have here? We have I don't see so performer of the year. I don't think we have anybody from Dominica in that category.
What's that performance of the year?
Performer of the year. Soca performer of the year.
Performer of the year.
Let me see.
I don't know. I feel. I mean, I don't even talk about that. But for me, it's Keswe.
Kes.
Yeah. For that category, I think it's Kes. Kes has been putting on some epic shows lately.
So my people in the chat, let us know what all you think. So like I said, let me just go for the comments a little bit.
Christiana say Patrice Who
said that?
So the interesting thing would be that it won't be Dominicans mostly voting for this category. It's not that Booyah is more popular, so it could be who knows the artist. Thriller could be it. That's a good point. That lends itself to the point that Hadley was making.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Christiana Patrice for who performer of the year?
Rashida said that DNA was also road match. So that's gonna be a tough. But I think someone else, man. I think someone else deserve to win that.
But people have to vote at the end of the day. People have to vote. Most people don't even know about the CMAs. And the night when you perform, and everybody like, oh, where the live? People have
So
to
the
vote.
thing is,
artists really promoting it to vote.
I'm very curious as to if people are really voting for that thing, because I know Dominicans vote in. You can't tell me what all you want.
Yeah, man.
I know Dominicans vote in. I know Dominicans vote in, and I think we've no real artists coming from places like St. Martin and Antigua and Anguilla, where Booyah music is very dominant. I still think we stand a very good chance, or artists stand a very good chance at obtaining more votes than we have.
Constituencies there.
Those are the Booyah constituencies, man. Antigua, St. Martin, Anguilla, St. Kitts is now a Booyah constituency, VI. Yeah, the Booyah music is very dominant over there, and I think that can give our artists a significant boost. But I know for a fact that Dominicans are voting. Dominicans really trying to see where they can lend their hand.
St. Thomas is in the back.
St. Thomas is there.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Martinique and Guadeloupe.
You're right. But what do you think about having a Booyah category for the Caribbean Music Awards? Because I was talking about it earlier on TikTok, and people were saying they feel like Booyah should have its own category on the Caribbean Music Awards.
Well, Booyah is its own genre. A lot of people don't want to understand that, and a lot of people don't want to believe that. They're trying to call us a sub. So, soca is the dominant hype genre in the Caribbean, but Booyah is its own thing. Booyah wasn't created out of fellas listening to soca music. It is its own thing. It's very similar because of the African heritage that the Caribbean shares. Like VI music, they're saying it's soca. VI music is not soca. VI music is something called jamba.
At least what you're saying is that you agree we should have our own Booyah category?
I think so. But the only thing I'm worried about is right now the only Caribbean genre that is recognized worldwide is reggae and dancehall. Reggae dancehall.
Hadley, you could be a politician because you're saying all that to say, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think it should, but listen. I think we should.
Yes, I really think so. We should.
I'm just worried as to what effect it can have.
Everybody effect.
Okay, fine.
so long with that you have to say, yeah, man, Ellen, I think we should have our own category. You
Speaking of the French islands, any of the French bouillon artists on any of the nominations?
I saw
That's a good question.
Are there any?
the one
I saw a couple, I saw hold on,
1T1.
Yes, that one. I think I saw him on one of the categories, but I cannot remember.
I saw
And
that
who's
part of
the
the
other
God
guy?
Bless, the God Bless song. I saw Mr. somewhere.
The other one that have this song, Leave Me Alone, that's 1T1 too.
That's 1T1 too.
yeah,
Yeah. That's him too.
Where is it now?
I don't know to
I definitely saw the partner with the God Bless song.
Yeah, I see one of them, but I can't remember.
I
which
saw
one.
him on one of
Okay.
them.
He was there.
Impact Award.
Question is which one?
But anyway, yeah, I think I saw a couple of the French artists. But
Artist of the year.
Yes, Kalash.
Kalash is there. Kalash is on there.
No, I think Raji was more talking about the French
Bouillon.
The French bouillon artist. Give me a second.
Is it Caribbean fusion? No, there won't be on a Caribbean fusion. There'll be on something else. I saw it definitely somewhere. Male artist of the year. No, they have dancehall. They have
album of the year.
I think it was French Caribbean artist of the year that Kalash was on there. Because the Joey that Philly was there as well.
Well, they have compa band of the year. They have a category. So that good point. They have a category for compa.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
I mean,
and I guess if is Caribbean Music Awards, so let us recognize our Caribbean genres.
Exactly.
So that lends itself to the point. We need more sponsors to get more trophies. You know what I'm saying? More money. I don't know how much a trophy costs.
Or we need a straight line to the organizers. Why we are not in the categories?
Yeah, if only know who can come on the show and tell us about the Caribbean Music Awards. Let us know.
Exactly.
We'll link them and have a conversation.
Ellen, you have fans there. Hardly, I suspect Ellen was the key to unlock you because
But
I like it. I like that, man.
Let me go and see.
Come on, Ellen, if you have a job,
I'm glad you see that. I'm glad all you see that.
That's good. Compa band of the year.
For how long I tried to control him there. I couldn't do it.
But why? She don't control him. She does matching the energy, and I like it.
It's because I know Ellen was gonna put you in the place. I was asking her so long to come on the show.
That is what happened there.
Yeah, you were used, but you did a good job.
At the other
You can see inside that there. I see you
Anyways,
watching.
Dwayne, what you saying there? Dwayne?
Me, no, I don't say much now. 9 o'clock, you're going for almost an hour already. So
Yeah, 901. Nice discussion, man.
we
gotta go.
Yeah, we want to keep people engaged, for the time that they're here. We want to be here for a good time, not so much of a very long time. All right.
Right.
So
right.
we'll be around. We'll be back again. We have a special episode dropping this weekend.
Hold on, somebody.
Right, so make sure you guys check that out.
No, keep going. I misread something.
Now you can't just say this weekend. You have to tell people exactly when, exactly where,
you're right.
What.
So
they know.
You're right. So this weekend, you're right, is Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day, guys.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, guys. Happy Mother's Day to you too.
Anyway, Dwayne, now you're saying, boy.
and we have episode dropping on Sunday, a special episode for Mother's Day. So check it out. We'll try to make sure we have it drop at a reasonable time. We're going to drop it sometime in the afternoon, so maybe about 3 o'clock or so. It'll be out Sunday afternoon.
After lunch.
After you lunch, check it out, or maybe while you eat all the lunch, depending on how long you stay in church. Church goes already. Sometimes it's 1:30.
And that Mother's Day,
every mother have to get a gift, a little fruit basket,
and for
we'll have an episode dropping for you guys. It won't be a live episode. This will be the first time we are doing a pre-recorded episode. And it'll be a special one. We're not going to tell you guys who's going to be on it or what the format is going to be, but you guys, please just check it out on our pages, YouTube page, Facebook page. Right. Check it out. And we are going to be back next week, Wednesday, with you guys. And we're gonna have before Sadly.
When you drop the flyer, they will see, man.
My brother,
You know what? No. So next week.
Before we go anywhere, look, Christiana put a notice there. So any family members of Christiana, look, she asking who cooking. So
yeah. So next week Wednesday we'll be back with an episode.
You see, yeah. So next week we'll be live, and we are having on the signal ban. We are trying to get on
just not signal just, ban or Shelly and the signal ban.
Not just Shelly, but the ban, or at least a few members of the ban to come on. And they've been riding that high horse. Just come from.
They've been busy.
From jazz to Antigua to St. Martin Flag Fest. So they've been busy and they've been putting in the work. They've been working. And we want to
all kind of thing.
Everywhere. Yeah. So we'll be having them on next week. And tune in. We'll drop the graphic by Friday. So y'all can share it. Doing boy production on my tail. Production behind the scenes there. So we'll drop it by Friday. And tune in next week, man. 8 p.m.
Same time.
For another live Talk the Ting show. I'll say one more thing. Talk the Ting was predominantly, male. And we always thought that we wanted to. We tried it a couple times back to have a female voice. And that female voice has moved on. And we are appreciative of Ellen coming on after doing, pursuing her a few times to join. We are appreciative of you coming on and lending that. Doing
stop it.
We established this is your cousin already, so who want to say whatever they say that's business?
Honorable Hadley.
Go ahead, caller.
Finish, honorable.
Yeah, we appreciate you and we want to let you know that you are welcome. We want you to be yourself. That's why we brought you on here.
Right. Thank you.
So and look, you see, look, production message me and tell me I am warned for their graphic.
Yeah. But yeah, man. But everybody, thanks for tuning in. Please, again, we want to ask nicely as possible. Share our videos. If you find it good, if you find the content good, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with the people you don't like, share it with people you like, share it to everybody.
Yeah, you might end up liking them afterwards.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube, and and again, we told you guys we're working on some merch. We have some new merch coming out soon, so we don't want to just keep saying soon, but we see how we have the personalized eartees and all kind of things.
No, the soon thing is important. We want to make sure that when we do something and we put it out there, that it's something that will be appreciated. And so yes, taking us some time for the merch, but that's because we are working on something good. We have employed a graphic designer who is working behind the scenes, and he working
when you say things like employ.
You see, you got paid.
Papa Monsieur.
If I didn't know the graphic designer, I got time. I know.
And one more thing for anybody out there who is looking to sponsor Talk the Ting, we are open for sponsorship.
Right.
Okay, if you want to drop a video clip of your business that you want to advertise during one of our live shows, we'll talk about pricing. But we are open for sponsorship and running little ads on our live broadcast while. So, hit us up, man. We ready.
As long as you'll not be directing the conversation.
Yeah,
that's
no. But manager have to answer that, not me. I'm just passing the word.
We will not be compromised in any way.
I'm just passing it on. Pass it on.
We have been very I would say neutral. We haven't come on here and attack nobody. We try and keep it PG, respectful. But we also have our opinions, and I don't think we should allow anybody to control what our opinions are. So then that will not happen.
Yep. So you're on your own if you're gonna let that happen to you.
Right.
With that said, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. Take care.
Bye. Bye.